Hello, everyone. How are you doing this Monday, the first day? I'm really excited to have a brand new month to get things done and be productive and try to make progress on my writerly things since things have kind of settled a little bit. As you can tell, I'm in a little bit of a different area right now. I'm still trying to work on um, making this setting my own. But yeah, I'm usually upstairs. Now I am downstairs. So I've got a new desk. I need to figure out the lighting because I turned on my ring light, but then it was like shaking what's it called? It was like flickering a little bit, which was kind of annoying. So I need to figure that out during the first sprint because I was like, oh, we can't have that. But JC is here and on time. Hello, hello. I love how you noticed I was in a different setting. Yeah, so I need to try to pretty up the background a little bit, like maybe put a poster like over here. Um and then there's like the staircase here with all of our like storage and stuff. So I want to put you can't see too much of it, just the bottom, but I want to put like a decorative sheet kind of like a under the staircase thing, but yeah, just to kind of pretty it up a little bit. So yeah, so I'm excited that we were able to kind of beast and revamp our townhouse and make it feel like new, because I definitely feel weird being here right now and I'm like, oh, doing my live stream in the setting, which is fun. But yeah, let me know how your Camp Nano went or your April went, and what you're going to be working on tonight. Dreaming Truth is here. Hello, hello, lovelies. I love it. So yeah, for me, for the first sprint, I'm gonna try to figure out the ring light. And then I was doing something on my laptop here. So I have my desktop and then I have my laptop here. So I actually need to go finish what I was doing on my laptop. And then, yeah, just I've got same like last week. I've got a lot of like piddly things to do, a lot of different things to do. So I'm gonna try to tackle all of them, or try to tackle them. I was a little bit worried earlier in the day because whatever I ate for lunch, I had two new things. So I was like, I don't know which one it was. It was like this quinoa mixture with like tomatoes and cucumber and cilantro, which I've like had before. But it's been a while. But I don't know if it was that, but then I had gotten that from Costco, and then there was this like kind of like a chana masala in a way, like you just microwave it and it's kind of like chickpeas in a tomato sauce with a whole bunch of like herbs and spices. But I had a sample of it at Costco and it was really good, so I bought the whole package. So I had some of that too. But so I'm like, okay, I don't know if it was one or the other, or was it a combination of the two, but my stomach was like, we're not doing this. So at first I had taken Tums, and then I took some Pepto-Bismol, which has settled it a little bit. But I was like, I don't want to like cancel my stream just because like my stomach's a little bit bleh. But so I'm happy to be here, being a trooper anyway. Yay, JC! Congrats on winning camp. Finished the first draft of the fourth book in my mystery series. So yay! I'm taking this week as a kind of rest and reset week. I love that. I love that so much. Well, congrats again. And I think that's perfect so that you don't feel like burnt out or anything. So you can kind of have fun. That's what I did yesterday. Since the whole week we were like unpacking and everything, I just was exhausted physically and mentally. So yesterday was my like mostly blobbing day. Like I didn't do any like reorganizing or decorating or anything. And just like watched Steven Universe, got caught up in an anime. We're watching Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba. And so I think it was either the fourth or the fifth season came out. So we got caught up on that because there were 4 episodes. So it was just like, and then I just like ate a ton. So it was like a really chill day yesterday, which was much needed. So yeah, it was just, I was just like, this is not my not my thing. But at least it didn't happen last week when I was trying to hustle. So that was good. Oh, yay, you're a Steven Universe fan. Woohoo. Yeah, I am on oh shoot, am I on season 4? And like my husband had watched it already with a friend, so he was telling me like, "Oh, like we if yeah, last night he's like, "We need to stop now because if we watch the next episode, we have to watch the next like 4 or 5 unless you want to like end on cliffhangers or something." So I was like, "No, no. Okay, we'll just binge it tonight." But I love it. So and then there's the movie and I love the music. It's just great. It's great. I'm here for it. Um so I almost started grabbing my laptop mouse because I have my laptop mouse too. Like, I've done that before. I've like typed things on my laptop thinking that I'm typing on my desktop, and I'm like, it's too much. Uh, oh, season 3. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, you definitely because there are so many. Like it's so lighthearted and hilarious, and then there's moments where I'm just like, damn, they went there. Like this is intense. And they drop these breadcrumbs that come back later that I'm like, I did not think that was significant at all. That was just like it should have been just like a drop in the bucket and you just forget about it, but it comes back to be so important. And I'm like, what? Like like mic drop, like jaw drop, all of the drops. So it's just like it's got that lightheartedness, but then the serious like feels too. So definitely a top tier show for sure. Um, all right, we're pulling up the kitty race timer, and let's see. Oh, Zuko Mr. Blackie is in the number 2 spot, so he is trying to be extra lucky right now for me. And he's actually like on a box under the staircase sleeping, which is like that's not very comfortable, but okay. So anyways, I'm gonna go with number 2, the black cat. I know JC's going with number 5, Cinco Ginger. So let us know which cat you think is going to win the race. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Yay, that was the end of the first sprint. Oh man. Okay, did anyone end up voting for 3? Avion's here. She voted for number 1. Ginger didn't make it. Man, nope. Gray one won out. Smoky. So how did everyone do for that first sprint? I was productive filling out some forms and catching up on emails and everything. So that was good. Figured out my ring light. It's not flickering anymore, so it should be safe. But we had some friends come in, KK and Avion and Nia and Mavia. I made it to the sprint. Yay. Yeah, Ginger was close. Man. And so was Zuko, the Blackie. We'll get it. We'll get it for the next sprint. I'm positive we'll get it for the next one. Oh gosh. Hold on, let me get some water. You know, when you like inhale your spit and then you start like choking on your spit. I used to like do that with a coworker. Like we would like laugh all the time about like about how we're like, yeah, you know, just like choking our own spit and like, you know, be hot messes and stuff. It was hilarious. And she's like 59 and I was like best friends with her. And my twin sister Heather, she had an old coworker who was also older, I think in her 50s or something. And I'm like, there's something about them when they're in their 50s, they're so much fun. I'm like, I want to hang out with, like, we've hung out and go to restaurants and stuff, and it's like the best. I'm like, you guys are awesome. Kristen said, I chatted with my character artist, folded my laundry, yay, and listened to a bit of an audiobook. Now it's time for dinner. Yay. Oh, that's so exciting for the character art. How's that coming along? And that's a good reminder that I also need to do laundry. When I changed this morning, I like stuffed my clothes in the hamper. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Maybe tomorrow. But that's good. What audiobook are you listening to? It's funny that I was listening to The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. And I was like not as like into it as much as I wanted to be. And I was 27% through. And like literally I was telling Heather, I'm like, oh, you know, it's more omniscient and it's not as that close POV as I like. There's a little more telling than I would like. So, you know, I'm just okay, but I'll keep going. And then like literally I started listening to it and it got like the plot like thickened and it got really good. And so I was like, I was just like ripping on it. And then now it's you know, getting better. So sometimes, you know, it's good to kind of stick it out with books if they're not so, you know, there's some books that I've listened to or read that I'm like, oh, I am DNFing you. Like there's no hope for this book. This is not a book for me. But then there's others that I'm like, you know, it's okay. Let's see where this goes. So sometimes you got to give it a chance. Hi, Divine Fox. Welcome. I like the Fox profile picture. Here for the first time, but seeing at least 2 people you recognize. Who do you recognize in here? I'm going to guess that you've been on other live streams before. So I'm going to guess that you recognize JC and Nia. That's what I'm guessing. I do that often. Yeah. I know people be like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, just, you know, just choking on my own spit. It's fine. Ooh, final touches on the art. Oh, that's so fun. Man, I haven't gotten character art in a long time, but because when did I got character art for the Celestial Code and Abargo's Riddle, and ran a Corey Realm, so all of like my earlier novels, but I didn't get any for Project Pride, which I only wrote like 20K of, and then I didn't do anything for Project Diamond, which is like blasphemous. I don't know why. I really should. But like getting the sketches and then the like, the flat art or the flat like color. It was just so exciting because you could like see it just like forming. So that must be so exciting. Oh yay, a touch of gold. Yeah, a reread. Oh, so good. Good choice. Yes, I was right. Woo. Well, Nia has her live streams on Tuesdays and JC has hers on Wednesdays. So I knew I was like, okay, when I was first just trying to figure out when I was gonna do my live streams, I'm like, well, I can't do Tuesdays and Wednesdays because I ain't competing with them. Like, and plus I'm gonna join theirs. So I was like, Mondays are safe. First ever. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, yeah, and like I remember earlier on, like that was really good motivation for me too to have my art like of the characters on the walls because like there were times where, when I didn't feel like writing and then I would look at my characters and be like, I I have to do you justice. I probably should like get art for my characters like early on, even if it's just like a cheap like sketch or a cheap like colored version, like just just so that like because I feel like it helps make it a little more tangible and real, to be like, I want to tell your story. Like, don't I want the world to know who you are? And then like then you start feeling all the feels of feeling guilty, like I'm just leaving them behind. It's like no one's gonna know them, and I want people to know them. Yes, it's so good. I mean, man, you could get so expensive too. Like it could be so like I found like you can find a good balance of art that's still um detailed and in the style that you want, but isn't going to break the bank. And then when, you make all this money off of your books, then you can get the really good art. From my fans. Oh, yes. Oh, I would love that, like a cork board or something, eventually, and putting up the character art. Oh, and like, what about like tattoos? That would be so cool. In cosplays. Oh, I would die. I would die. That's what Heather did. With the first novel that I wrote during NaNoWriMo, which was a novel that I had started like back in high school, and then I found NaNoWriMo and I finished that novel, is Ranakori Realm. And my main character is Ty, this red-haired like rebel fighter. And he had like mismatched colored like gloves, like black and white, and pretty like, nothing like super crazy with his like fighter gear. But um Heather, when we were at the anime convention, which is coming up in a couple weeks, ASEN, it's like we always know like the cosplays we're gonna do, and she went into the bathroom to change into her cosplay, and she came out not in the cosplay I thought she was. She came up dressed like the main character from Ranakori Realm, Tai, and I bawled. I lost it. It was like that was such a shock. I was like, "You're my character. You're my character." Like this is so weird. So for it to be a surprise, it was so meaningful, so special. Like best surprise ever. Um, but yeah, so good. So I would love to see like cosplay and tattoos and everything. I did some thinking and my brain made a question. My brain made a question. I love that. When you're writing scenes, how do you imagine them? Ooh, that's really good. That's a good question. And anyone can answer too. But um, for me, I found that it helps to have, even if it's not like the whole room, but at least just a couple pictures of some like aesthetics. So like in Project Diamond, there's a ballroom scene. So, I found pictures on Pinterest of like ballrooms or chandeliers or like the tables with food or people in dresses, so that when so I do that like in the outlining phase, like when I'm like, researching and gathering, uh, prepping and stuff before I write. And so then when I am writing the scene, then I go back and I reference those pictures so that it gives me that idea in my head, because sometimes it's hard to come up with something out of the blue, and that's where you tend to get that white room syndrome, where you're not describing anything, so it just seems like there's just two talking heads talking. But if you have a couple references of like, or if you're outside in a forest, like having some plants, or um even if you don't have pictures beforehand, as you're writing, you're like, oh yeah, they're in a forest, then go look up like trees in a forest, and then be like, oh, they're mostly oak trees or pine trees or whatever, because there's so many different types of trees. Are you in a desert? Like, is it like palm trees? So like, so that's how I work on the or writing scenes. Oh yeah, okay. I was like, am I answering your question right? But yeah, so like that's how I imagine them. And then I don't know if that's answering your question. Let me know if you were talking about something different. But that's like, at least as far as the setting. And then just like, you want there to be some flow where there's kind of like a mini arc within the scene, where the character at the end of the scene isn't the same as they were at the beginning, whether they found some new information, whether they, did a fight, or, finally talked to their love interest, or, whatever it is, but something that like moves moves the story along. So that's kind of the other aspect of imagining a scene, if that's what you're talking about. But AV had some good advice. A scene in a movie, yes. Establish a bit of the setting to anchor readers right away. Have the MC enter and let them talk. Playing an instrumental helps to get the flow going. Yes, that's awesome. That's a great idea too. Because like, that's true, because if it's something that's like really, I'm just setting up the timer here. Whoops, I set it for 30 hours and 30 seconds. That's not going to work. But oh gosh, it's happening again. Oh gosh, it's so funny. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like if you're writing, KK, I watched your polo. I didn't get to reply yet, but if you're writing a dark fantasy, and you're so you want to have this like moody dark music versus this like light, happy, airy music that may be, if you're doing a middle grade fantasy or something like that, or like, it would be different than the scene where you're writing a kissing scene. It's going to be very different than the music that you're listening to while you're writing a murder scene or something. So that is definitely helpful as well. Yes, and sorting characters with the Enneagram. Yeah, that's definitely good, because then you know how they're going to react to things, and you can give that realistic responses to what's going on. Trees, yes, yay! Description is our friend. It's crazy how when you just, because that's what happened with me. I was saying something about like, someone was like putting on makeup or something, and then my critique partner was like, what are they doing? Dabbing on blush, applying lipstick? What are they in front of a mirror? Like, what are they doing? And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So kind of getting into the showing and not telling part of describing scenes as well, because you are coming up with the picture in your head of what the scene looks like, but is that going to translate to then when someone's reading it? Are they going to be able to picture it in their head? So that's why it helps to have like beta readers, because they're going to be able to let you know, like, does this make sense to them? Because to you, all of your magic rules or world building, all of that makes sense. But it might not come across on the page and may be confusing for, like, a new reader. Like, half my book takes place in the forest. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I am sticking with, the black cat, so I'm gonna say number 3 is going to win the second race. Catastrophe. Oh, meow. I was trying to say, like, "Oh, no." Oh, meow. Uh. Oh, yes. Yes, it's hilarious. Alright, you guys, we're gonna start this second sprint. Oh, Amy just popped in. Hi, yes, just in time. Choose which cat you think is going to win the race, and we will see you on the flip side in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Zuko! Yay! Oh, I'm so happy. Oh man, I love how people in the comments catch up. Come on, you can do it. No. Oh my goodness. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Nia said 3 and Amy. Nia and Amy said 3 too. Yay. We all won. We all won. It's good. I'm glad when someone wins. When no one wins, I'm like, this is not fun. Oh no, sorry. I totally missed your comment, Musical Maggie, but it looks like wait, let's see. Okay, cool. Thank you for explaining to Maggie because I had someone last week too. They were like, do they go far like based on how much we write or something? I'm like, no, this is completely separate. That would be cool if something did that, but maybe I'll build something like that. That would be like a cool app to do. I don't even know if that exists, but oh, Ginger didn't make it. I know. But and it was number 3 again. Okay. Yes, but the next sprint will be with our 25 kitties. I was trying to come up with something witty and funny, but it didn't work out. Yeah, so I had another productive sprint. It went really fast. I'm like, oh my goodness. I had a ton of just a ton of online stuff I need to catch up on. That always happens when and then like people email me, people message me, and like I fall behind. I'm like, oh no, this is so bad. But I'm playing catch up, so that's good. And like my stomach is feeling a little more settled, so I'm gonna try to have something bland because I was like starting to get hungry like right at the end. So but I've got some like rice cakes, which are, really fun, circa 1990s diets, but yeah, usually I put like peanut butter on them or something. But I'm gonna try to eat something and hopefully my stomach will cooperate. Yes, make this app Divine Fox. That would be great. As I type Z's for 30 minutes. I'm so competitive. Ooh, yeah, it'll have to be an honor system so that you know that like you're writing actual words. Well, because I don't know, does NaNoWriMo still have the word count like verification? I don't remember it doing that, but so I don't know if they still have it or if it was on the old one, the old website where like you literally like copy pasted your manuscript into the box and then it counted how many words you had. So it was weird because sometimes it was like off of like the 50K, but like Microsoft Word would say that you were at 50K, but yeah, whatever they used for that or whatever Microsoft, however they use their word count tracker and it can like track the words. That would be pretty dope. But the problem is that it wouldn't be fair for people that are editing or, doing writing adjacenting or non-writerly things like I am doing. So that would be tricky. But I guess you could like say I was productive for 30 minutes. I don't know how it would work. But I guess in that case it would have to just be a writing app to help with people who are drafting. So I guess that's the caveat, is that it's only for the writers, not for the editors, etc. The losing is good for me though. It builds character. Yeah, I have, and I don't know if it's because like I grew up with a twin, but and some twins are like that, but like we were never competitive against each other. We're both always just trying to be the best version of ourselves. And so like I'm always competitive against myself. So like if I'm playing like the same game as someone, like if we're playing like Tetris or dance games like DDR or something, like, and they get like a better score than me, like I don't care about that. I'm looking at my score. I'm like, okay, then I have to get a better score next time than I did before. So that's where the competitiveness is in my 2-wing-1 is against myself, since I am kind of like a people pleaser and like to help people. So I never want to like hurt them and like beat them, I guess. I don't know. Okay, it doesn't happen anymore. Honor code doesn't exist. That's interesting. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like, I mean, I guess people could just throw in whatever random document that has 50,000 words too, even if it's not nano. I don't know. I feel like it's weird if you claim that you won and you didn't. Like, and that's like, I'd be like, oh, well, I didn't really win. So it's not like, you're only like, blaming, not blaming your, I can't think of the right word, but like, it's only hurting yourself because it's like, well, you didn't win, so you don't have a 50,000 word novel and you got all this stuff, but like you really didn't win. So it's like, are you feeling good about yourself right now for your 50% off Scrivener or whatever other things you get? Because, yeah, wait, have I ever actually won? Only once. Only in the Celestial Code did I, or did I win for Project Diamond? I don't even know. I don't even remember. I've been a rebel so many times recently and like edited. I don't even know what nano is anymore. Ooh, I learned how to code with Lua and some C hashtag or pound and JavaScript. That's the extent of my knowledge. Well, that is way more than I know because JavaScript is the only word that I know in the coding space. So like, I don't even know how to say the C thing. I don't even know how to say that. But that would be so cool. You should totally do it. Yes, yes, do it, do it. Evie has an older brother and a younger sister. Yup, I'm a middle child. But my mom put a lot of pressure on me when my sis was born. She's like, you're the older sis, have to be an example. Oh no, why? Yeah, that's tough. I know a lot of people who have kids and then they just expect their kids to like raise their, not saying that your mom did this, but like to raise them to do everything. And it's like, what? Like you're the mom, But that's hard when there's that pressure because you want to set a good example. You want to, yeah, you don't want to feel like it's your fault if they aren't doing well in school or, going down the wrong path. So that's a lot of pressure. I know. Oh, C sharp. Wow, I was wrong both ones. I was like, hashtag or pound? Gosh, there's so many ways you could say that symbol. I know. And I still haven't written a twin in any of my novels. And I think it's because I'm waiting for Heather and I to, or Heather and me, waiting for me. I always need to say those things. Waiting for us to co-write a novel together with twins, because I think that's why my brain hasn't generated a novel with like twin MCs or like dual POV with twins, because I'm like, no, that's not something for you. That's something for you and Heather, and you will do it together. They really wanted the codes, yes. I'm more of a 2-wing-1. Wait, it could shift. I'm more of a 2-wing-1 when I'm home, but 2-wing-3 at work. That's so interesting. Oh, I never thought of it like shifting. And actually with Heather, like her Myers-Briggs changed. Mine was always INFJ, but hers changed. And I know some of my friends have changed from like extrovert to introvert. So like, or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe they were like I and became E or something. So it's just really interesting how you can, I mean, and it makes sense. Like you're going to change. There's different things that shape your personality and your experiences. Sorry, I'm just setting up the last one. I'm an upper middle child, second oldest of 5. Did you find that happened to you, KK, where you had to like set a good example for your siblings? Like, did you feel like you had that pressure? So last sprint, there are 25 cats. You can either say a color cat that you want to win or the number 1 through 25. I like that yellow one. He's probably around like 19 or something like that. I'm gonna go with the yellow one. So yeah, if you see a color, and it's like the bright yellow, there's like a muted, like nasty color one. I was gonna say like puke. So the timer's at the top there. It's gonna start. There's no music. I don't have any music, so feel free to play any instrumental soundtracks or music of choice. But the timer at the top here is going to count down. Yes, I know. Oh, Fave twins, yay! Someday. Ugh, I've got so many ideas, and we have there's one story where she told me you can write this without me, but I'm like I don't want to write this without you because it was characters and a world that we created when we were younger and we pretended to be the characters. And I'm like, this is like, could be a really epic middle grade fantasy series. And like, I want to write it with you. But she's like, no, I have too many ideas. Go without me. And I'm like, I don't want to. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully someday it's a thing. Myers-Briggs can change since it's behavioral, but you're born with your main Enneagram type. Oh, wings can change, but not your main type. Oh, mind is blown. Love it. Yay, people are voting for their cats. Pretty close in age, so I had pressures to behave, but not necessarily be an example. Okay, got it. Oh yeah, no, sorry. This is online-stopwatch.com. And then there's a lot of different timers on the website. So I'm just sharing a Chrome tab right now on StreamYard. So this is just a website. Sorry about that. But yeah, so it's here, let me type it in here. And then the one that I use is the kitty race timer. And I think it's like $10 a year to have the premium version, which allows you to, I think you can have more than, because I think like the free version, you can have only like 5, maybe 10 animals, or cats or whatever. And then you can't have like, I have my logo, so you can customize your logo. And I think there's some other things, but yeah, it's like super cheap, like $10 a year. But yeah, why are there so many? All right, I'm going to leave this one up. And on that note, we're going to start the final sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. Ginger, what? He beat him out of all the cats. KK and JC are so happy right now. Oh, goodness. I wonder, did anyone else vote for, let's see, 17 or the ginger? Oh, Divine. Divine went with the ginger. Sunken cost fallacy. Yeah. Nice. We had lots of winners this stream. This is great. Joanne came in the middle of, or just at the start of the last sprint. Oh no, which show? Which show is being canceled by Fox? At least ABC is picking it up. That always happens. What was that one? There was a show last year with like this family on a vineyard, and like some of them were like immigrants, and like they were like illegal, but they were hiding it. And yeah, I really liked that, and I think they canceled it on like ABC, and I'm like, no, I want that one. It's always the ones that I like get into, the random ones. Yeah, the good thing is that you've got Hulu, you've got, now I have HBO Max free through my AT&T plan, so that's been fun. So things that I can't get on Netflix or Disney Plus or Amazon Prime Video. Whoops. Oh. And Robert popped in. Hi, Robert. Retired cop. I used to live in that show. That's awesome. I can't be mad at that. Yeah, for sure. So that was good. That was really productive. Got a lot done. Ate some peanut butter topped rice cakes, and my stomach seems to be okay with that. So that's a good sign. I know. Well, I have, because it's like, it's always like, oh, I just want to watch this one show, and it's like Steven Universe, that I don't have Hulu, but then I found out, oh, I can get HBO Max for free, so I can watch Steven Universe, but it's like literally for this one show. So, and then through my sister-in-law, we get Disney Plus, and then Amazon Prime. I mean, well, I guess not everyone has Amazon Prime, but yeah, so it's like we just happen to have a billion streaming services. So at least I don't have, what are the other ones? There's more. There's more. Yay, finished eating and worked on change notes for my map maker. Ooh, the maps are so good. Now that is a skill for sure. What is sleep? Oh, cat. Yeah, that's Oliver. Yeah. Let's see. Oliver. Oliver. Oh, no, he's too busy cleaning himself. Oliver. Oh, no. Oh, there he is. Hey, Als. Yeah, usually he doesn't make cameos in my live streams, but now with my new setup, they can. And then my other cat is Zuko, which is why I like to vote for the black cat a lot, because Zuko is all black. That's it. Yeah, Peacock, Paramount. I didn't realize Discovery had one too. Oh my goodness. Oliver doesn't care. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's what stole me. When I went to look at kittens, I was looking for one that was like, 2 or 3 months, that was younger, and he was 7 months, but he was like needing the bed that he was in his cage, and I was like, you are so cute. And yeah, so he stole my heart. at 7 months old. Um, Robert asks, that's not a silly question. What genre do you usually write? I usually write fantasy. I've written a couple young adult fantasies. My next novel that I'm going to be working on is a middle grade contemporary fantasy, but I do have a couple more that are leaning towards the contemporary side. Like I have another middle grade that's more of like contemporary magical realism, and then I have a contemporary romance, YA contemporary romance. So yeah, mostly fantasy though. I'll dabble in like a couple other things. Like one of my fantasies was like light sci-fi, so there were some like light sci-fi elements. So but yeah, thanks for asking. He trapped you. Yeah. Yeah, it was Oliver. That's why I told, because my husband like set up my whole computer setup for me, which I was super grateful for. But we were trying to figure out where to put the monitor, and I'm like, it needs to go under the table so that he doesn't jump on it again and like cause me to like, oh, desktop. Yeah, sorry. He just corrected me because I said the monitor. The big square thing, the desktop. That I slid under so that he couldn't jump on it and press the button to turn it off because he was going to put it on the outside. And I'm like, I don't trust him. And they have been jumping all over my desk now that I got like a bigger desk. So it's like I have more space, but now they have more space too. uh, Anyways, I kept you guys a little bit longer because we had some good chatting. But I'm gonna let you guys go. So I'm gonna see if I can grab a little bit more food without upsetting my stomach. I'm always like, I don't like when my stomach's upset. I want to eat. uh, and hopefully you guys, feel productive and had a good start to the week. Oh, yes, Brittany's son is Oliver. Yes. I don't call Oliver Ollie because since my name is Holly, I like told everyone, I'm like, his nickname is not Ollie. It is not. So we call him Ols, OLS. Um or a loose papoose. But mostly Ols. Yeah. So no Ollie for Oliver. But thank you everyone for joining me. It was so much fun as always. Ah, Holly and Ollie. Yes, and Halls. Actually, Halls was my nickname, but not many people call me Halls. So I didn't realize that still is Alls. Anyways, have a great week, and I will see you next Monday, same time, same place. All right, bye.